Hi there, I'm a professional painter that's used Sherwin-Williams products for over 20 years. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I believe to be the best Sherwin-Williams interior paints for your walls, trim, and ceilings. And in an attempt to make this video slightly more interesting, I'll also be sharing with you the worst Sherwin-Williams products in those categories. Let's kick this thing off with a trim paint, shall we? When I say trim, what I mean is any of the woodwork in a particular room. So that would be the baseboard, window and door frames, doors, and anything else like crown or chair rail molding in the room. Usually these surfaces are painted with a trim paint that is more durable than the wall paint, and it's usually a higher sheen like semi-gloss or satin. The best one is emerald urethane trim enamel. This is our current go-to trim paint for everything that we do. It is a hybrid trim paint. It's got a really nice open time, which means it stays wet long enough where you can actually work with it and get it into the shape that you want it before it starts to set up. What's nice is even though it has a great open time, it still dries quick enough that we can get 2 coats on it a day, which is really important for us. But lays down really well with a brush, really well with a roller. We roll flat panel doors with it all the time. And then I usually hand brush most of the trim work that we do, but it also sprays really well if you're using an airless or an HVLP. I have heard from folks that use the HVLP sprayers that go up a little bit higher, like an 11.5, that you can spray this product without diluting it, which is super nice. But yeah, finish quality is excellent. I really like how it looks and feels, particularly in the semi-gloss finish. It even does well in darker colors like there. We've done a lot of black doors with this product in semi-gloss, and they turn out quite nice. And the worst trim paint that Sherwin-Williams makes, at least in my opinion, is Pro Classic. I can't stand that product. That's why I don't have a can in front of me, because it's not allowed in this building. It's got a really short open time. It's prone to chalking up and pulling up if you come back into it. It's also not inexpensive, so for an expensive trim paint, it just, in my opinion, does not perform well. I don't know why some folks like it, but I am told that there are some that do. I just have never met any. Onward to ceiling paint. The best one is Promar ceiling paint, and it is the Cat's Jammers. This is a dead flat ceiling paint. It covers really well. It doesn't spatter too much as far as like when you're rolling overhead. You don't get too much kicking off the roller and just covering you completely, which is common with a lot of other paints. It also blends well together, so you don't see lap marks of where the roller overlapped itself or where it went into your cut-ins. So just blends in really nicely, and kind of on that note as well, it touches up excellent as well. It happens to us a lot when we will paint a ceiling and then maybe an electrician comes in and does something and gets like their grubby little hands on there. When we have to go to touch that up or whatever, it blends in really nicely, even when it's been like months later, which is great. Great feature in a ceiling paint for that. And funny enough, the worst ceiling paint from Sherwin-Williams is also Promar ceiling paint. And I didn't realize this until I made a video. It was one of our first videos on this channel many years ago about this product where I recommended people try it. And apparently Sherwin-Williams can get real weird about selling this product for a reasonable price if you're not a contractor. Homeowners were trying to buy it and they were charging them upwards of $80 a gallon for this, which is crazy. At $85 a gallon, this is an awful ceiling paint. That is a crazy amount. It's a great ceiling paint at like 30 and under. So just be aware of that. If they're not gonna sell it to you at a good price, get something else. The premium ceiling paint's fine. And even like super paint and flat would be a good option that would be way cheaper than 85 bones a gallon, because that's crazy. If you've been finding this video useful, then you may also be interested in our list of recommended interior products from Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, and Sherwin-Williams. If that sounds snazzy to you, then check out the link in the description. And finally, talking about wall paint, I'm gonna start with the worst one, mix it up a little bit. The worst Sherwin-Williams wall paint is cashmere. It's gross. I think it feels cheap in any sheen that it comes in. It's got a lot of weird sheens like medium luster and pearl that aren't in any of the other Sherwin-Williams product lines. I don't like how it finishes, so I don't like how it looks and how it feels once it's dry on the wall. It also doesn't cover well, so God forbid you have to do a dark color like a red or a navy in that product. It's not great. It's also expensive for what it is. It's not even that much cheaper than Duration or Emerald, and those products are far better than cashmere. The only thing I have to say that's positive about cashmere is the can looks pretty cool. Black and gold looks nice, but other than that, hot garbage. And the best wall paint from Sherwin-Williams is, boom, Emerald, particularly in the matte finish. This is an excellent product to work with. It is what we use on 95% of the walls that we paint professionally. It's also a very forgiving product, which isn't always the case with higher end tiers of paint. But the cut-ins blend in really nicely with the rolling. You don't even have to roll into wet cut-ins. You can cut in a whole room and then roll it. blends in totally fine, covers really well. It also, the finish, even in the matte finish, is wipeable, as wipeable as I would expect a matte finish to be. I can attest to that because I have a 3-year-old at home and she draws on the walls all the time. We wipe it off and it looks still looking pretty solid. If you need a little bit more durability, you can jump up to the satin finish, which also looks pretty nice in this product. It also has mildew and moisture resistance built into it. So this is what we use on all the bathroom ceilings that we do that have a moisture producing element in it, like a shower. So if you get steam rising in there and it hits the ceiling, if you don't have a paint that holds up well to moisture and mildew, then you get mold in there, which is gross. And we've seen the paint fail and a whole bunch of other things, but this is what we use and it works out great. Aside from the finish quality and all the things I previously listed, this product performs exceptionally well in darker colors or extreme colors. It's actually why we started using it in the first place. We were using duration for all the walls that we did, which is like a tier down from this product. But then whenever we would do an accent wall, we would bump up to emerald. It just performed really well. We just did an accent wall a couple weeks ago and we used this product and it turned out great. And then I just painted a green screen wall with emerald flat, which is a really intense green, and it looked amazing after one coat. I did two just to be thorough, but it looked really great. If you're ever doing an accent wall, this is a tremendous product to use as well. If you'd like to see me use emerald on a project, then check out this video over here where we paint a unique accent wall with it. Until next time, y'all take it easy, work smart, and have a good one. Peace.